Okay, we have one final question which sort of reviews things in the chapter. So we're going to talk about molarity, percent mass to volume, and osmolarity. And we're going to do that just by doing this one question. This one question has them all packed in there. So it says we've got 2.6 grams of sodium chloride in 300 milliliters of water. It asks for molarity, percent mass to volume, and osmolarity. So let's go ahead and get those going. Molarity. So the first thing with any concentration is I'm going to write down what we're looking for and get the units. The units are moles per liter. Remember, it's moles of solute. In this case, that's the sodium chloride per liters of solution. Okay. So that means we need moles of the sodium chloride. We've got grams, but we can change it to moles. We've got milliliters. We need liters. We can change it from milliliters to liters. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got 2.6 grams of sodium chloride per 300 milliliters. And we're going to change our top to moles and our bottoms to liters. So let's go ahead and get that started. We are going to use our molar mass to change the grams. Grams are in top, so where do they have to be to cancel out? They have to be on the bottom. So we're going to put our grams here, 58 grams per 1 mole. So this is of the sodium chloride, because that's the molar mass of sodium chloride. Grams of sodium chloride cancels out with grams of sodium chloride. Now our milliliters have to get changed to liters. We have milliliters in the bottom, so they have to be on top in order to cancel out. Then our liters go on the bottom. 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. Milliliters cancels out with milliliters, and we end up with moles per liter, which is our molarity. Let's go ahead and grab our calculators, and you can do this with me. 2.6 times 1 times 1,000 divided by 300 divided by 58, and we get 0.15. So now, since it's moles per liter, that is molarity, so we can change it to a capital M. So are we through? Go back to our question, molarity. We got that one done, but we're not through because we still have other parts of the question. Remember, we have to answer all parts of our question. So let's go ahead and do percent concentration. Percent concentration, it's mass to volume. So we know that's going to be our grams, because mass is grams, of solute over volume is milliliters, milliliters of solution times 100. That's how we find our percent mass to volume. Okay. So let's go ahead and put those numbers in. Grams of solute is 2.6 grams. Our milliliters is 300 milliliters times 100. And that's going to give us 2.6 divided by 300 times 100 equals 0.86%. And that is mass to volume. Remember, we always want to specify which percentage we're talking about there. And then finally, we got this one out of the way. Let's do osmolarity. Osmolarity, we've got to know that is molarity times I. Well, our molarity we just had up here, so let's go ahead and put that in, 0.15 molar times I. Sodium chloride. What's the I for sodium chloride? Well, you remember sodium chloride in water goes to sodium plus Cl minus. We have 2 particles there. So our I equals 2. And so our osmolarity is 0.30. Let me put that down there so you can focus in on that and get that answer down there. So this sort of brings together a lot of the concepts that we've talked about throughout the chapter. Concentration units, our osmolarity. Don't forget about our colligative properties, those things that are require I, that are only dependent upon the number of particles in solution, not what actual particles are. So go ahead and do your homework and review and get back to me with any questions you might have.